What's up, guys? It's Mike from Spirit of 1876, and today we're doing a little spotlight here. Got Theo from Rugged Bound. Rugged Bound's an overland outfitter, similar to Spirit, but in Houston. And he is the North American distributor for Big Country. And I wanted to bring Theo on, honestly, because I think Big Country's putting out some really cool products. It's been around for a while. Not many people are talking about them here in the States. So the purpose of this is to get to know Theo, more importantly, get to know the products he's bringing in. Theo, how's it going, man?
Thanks so much for having me, Mike.
Awesome to have you here. So you've been in Colorado for a couple days. What's your thoughts? Your first time here? Or?
No, not my first time here, but definitely acclimatizing was required. It was pretty cold, but It's been a great trip.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about what brought you to Houston, why Rugged Bound. Give me some background on the origins of what you started here.
So the backstory is I was born and raised in South Africa, where obviously we did a lot of camping, a lot of outdoor lifestyle stuff. But I came to the U.S. as an engineer. Did that for a good 17 years, but I always felt like I wanted to do something that I love, right? That I like. And overlanding has always been a part of my culture and my upbringing. So that's why I dove in 2018.
Nice. And so tell me about specifically Big Country. Did you have a relationship with them in South Africa, kind of saw an opportunity here in the U.S., or did you come to the U.S. with the idea of an overland shop and then realize this product isn't here?
Right. No, so Rugged Bound was started as a vehicle to bring brands from South Africa that are not represented in the U.S. to the States and to the customers here. Because being from South Africa, I know that there are other brands that folks here just don't know about. So Big Country have been around for almost 30 years now, in a different name, but they've been making welded roof racks since the early 1990s. They've been making drawer systems now for going on 20 years. And they were also the first guys to make a freestanding 270 awning, which is the ostrich wing awning. So a lot of folks in the US back in the 2013 and 14s were buying the ostrich wing from Australia, thinking it's an Australian product, when it was actually from Big Country. But they never came to the US. And so I created Rugged Bound to partner with some South African brands that I feel should be represented in the US.
Nice. I did not know that. So the 270 is, everyone's familiar with that. I think what I would surprise people when folks come in and say, like, I want to put the most on my rack and I really get out here. I'm going to beat the hell out of this thing. What rack should I go? And I always mention Big Country. And the main reason is just it's fully welded, like you just said, right? And you think about that from, the competition, there's a lot of bolts, and the less contacts, the more strength. So fully welded rack. I guess my question is why don't more rack companies do it? Is it shipping alone, the ease of shipping this product that makes it?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, everyone is in business for business reasons, right? While Big Country, their philosophy is to make a product that is robust and tough, and it's the last product that the customer will ever need. So for Big Country, the philosophy is really where it starts. Most companies don't make welded racks anymore because modular racks are seen as adequate for what most customers need. But when you need that little bit of extra rigidity and longevity out of your rack, and you're going to be going on safari to remote places, a welded rack is the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. And then another thing that you guys offer is the drawers. And the drawers have, I feel like, really picked up in the last year, at least for us. I'm sure you've seen it for a while. But your drawers are unique. So he's got drawers for 4Runners, FJs, Land Cruisers, GX460s. I'm sure I'm leaving some out. Those are the ones that we've been moving. And they're unique to the vehicle, meaning it's not a box with a fit kit around the sides. It is built to fit that vehicle specifically, which, well, you tell us. Why is that an advantage?
Exactly. So it's hard from a manufacturing point of view, and from an inventory management point of view, it's hard to do it like this. But if your priority is that the customer's rig is the priority, then this is the way to go. So we have the inventory drawers for all the different brands of vehicles, and those drawers are specific to those vehicles. So the benefit for the customer is that there's no wasted space. So there's hardly even place to roll a pencil on the back of the drawer because it fits just perfectly. And it's not because of the fit kit, it's because the drawer box is made just for that vehicle.
Yeah, so maximizing space. And
exactly.
What's the percentage?
Well, it depends on the vehicle. On the FJ Cruiser, sometimes we're 100% larger than the most competitor drawers, and it's because the FJ drawer is made only for the FJ.
Yeah.
You know, most other companies, they really only have 3 drawers, small, medium, and large. And customers don't always understand this, but a fitting kit makes a drawer look like it's meant for that vehicle. Whereas the big country drawers, the box only fits that vehicle. And so we maximize it wheel well to wheel well, seat to sill, and that keeps the drawer as low as possible. So typically we're about 30 to 40% larger on the inside of the drawer while keeping a 1 inch lower profile. And if you're overlanding and you're serious about space and serious about efficiency, then a big country drawer system should really be on your list.
And like the racks, those are fully welded, right? So they come assembled.
So they're not welded. It's assembled, but it comes fully assembled. It's made out of galvanized steel. So the drawer box itself is fully galvanized steel. So the drawer that comes in and out. They use Ripon sliders from Taiwan, which is the best sliders you can get for this application, right? So they're really rated for dynamic loads, lateral loads. They're very quiet, and they're all stainless steel. And so the benefit is the drawer opens up 100% of the way. So you don't have to fish for anything on the back. And the fact that they're one-piece galvanized steel construction makes them very, very robust.
Yeah. So we talked about 270s, we talked about roof racks, drawers. Talk to me a little bit about this. We're standing in front of the tour top. Now, honestly don't know this question. Is this a Big Country product?
Yeah. So Big Country, they've been making welded roof racks now since the early 1990s. That was under a different name. That was under the name of African Outback.
Okay.
So African Outback and Big Country Outdoors merged in early 2009, 2010 era. But African Outback were making welded roof racks well before anyone else. The materials, all the extrusions that they use, they even cast the corner section for the roof rack, they cast in-house in their own foundry. So we challenged Big Country and said we wanted a truck product because we see that in overlanding in the US, you know, we're adding a lot of more trucks to the overlanding mix.
Yeah.
And we wanted to use the existing raw materials in a way that we can make a product for a truck that is good for overlanding, but also good for the general truck owner. And so the tour top is what came out of a 2-year development cycle with the objective to create a functional truck bed cover that can do things that no other truck bed cover can do.
Yeah, so let's get into that. I mean, right off the bat, it is, obviously lockable, watertight, so some of the advantages. But what other features kind of separate this apart from, say, like a Retrax or a Diamondback or something like that?
Great question. So this was a ground-up product development. So we started with what a customer would need. The designer who designed this is actually a big cyclist. And so for him, it was all about functionality. So this is a loadable truck bed cover. It's going to take 550 pounds dynamic load on the back. It's got integrated MA channels, which means you can bolt anything onto this truck bed cover. If you have a bolt hole, you can bolt something down onto this. And it uses M8 or 5/16 hardware to do it. But the cool thing is, once it's loaded, you can still open it up. So if you have your bicycles on the back or skis or a tent on the back, if you have the gas struts set up correctly, you can open and close the cover while it's loaded, and you can still have all the access to the back of your bed, which is a game changer.
Yeah, it really is. And honestly, the modularity of it is my favorite part without really affecting the aesthetics of it. A lot of these bed racks, I feel like, kind of look like an erector set. There's just so many parts, and the purpose for that and pieces is to obviously mount whatever you want and have all that flexibility, but it's at the expense of how it looks, in my opinion. This looks really clean and sleek and has more modularity than I've ever seen before. With these tracks that you just mentioned going around the edge every 4 or 5 inches this way, and then you open it up and you have tons of slots there as well.
Tracks on the underside, exactly.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've seen customers put like shovels, max tracks, things on the bottom side. Right. They've got everything attached and it still looks clean on the top. So
yeah, so look, the functionality of this thing is really it's amazing. Once you start playing with it and you see what you can do with it, it's really endless what you can do. The important part is that it's agnostic. So we're not selling accessories that has to be our accessories for it to work with it. You can put a third-party load bar system on it. You can put, if you have Front Runner or Rhino Rack or any other brand of shovel or jerry can or whatever, it can work. It can work on this cover. So if you already have a roof rack and you already have some of that gear, you can reuse it on the tour top.
That's a huge part that I don't think people realize, because when you commit to a system, sometimes you're married to that system, and the brackets that are needed, whether you want a certain bike rack or a certain snowboard rack, or maybe you have a snowboard rack and you don't want to buy a new one just to make it fit.
Right.
An M8 bolt will allow this thing to essentially mount anything that you wish. That's probably one of my favorite parts about it. The lockable feature, the airtight, the modularity. You talked a little bit about the strength. What's warranty on these things?
So it's got a 12-month warranty.
Okay.
So a manufacturer warranty on all the manufacturing aspects of it. Obviously, it's powder coated, and as we really tear things up that are powder coated, eventually it's going to scuff. But so that the powder coat itself, from where normal wear and tear is not covered. However, it's all aluminum, and all the brackets are stainless steel. So between the stainless steel and the aluminum, if any powder coat comes off, you don't have any issues with rust anywhere on this thing, because it's all protected.
Amazing. All right, I'm gonna hit you with a random question.
Shoot.
As a shop owner, overland outfitter, tell me what's your favorite part and your least favorite part of that job?
The least favorite part right now is that I am the shipper, I am the marketing guy, I'm the CEO, and I'm the the customer service rep.
Yes.
When I really want to spend my time with the customers, I really want to spend my time developing the brand and bring the brand closer to the consumer. My challenge is that, as a business owner, I need to do all the business owner things in the background, right? So I'm looking forward to growing, and we've been growing a lot, but I'm looking forward to adding the employees and being able to, share some of the hats that I wear.
Yeah.
That's the most challenging thing. That's the thing that I like the least amount at this point.
I completely understand and feel you wear a lot of hats in this position. So what's the favorite part?
The favorite part is when a customer walks in the door with a problem, right? It's understanding what their problem is and understanding what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
What does their family look like? Is this guy solo with a dog camping by himself, or does he have a family of 4? Does he go to Moab, or does he go to the Upper Peninsula, or does he go to Big Bend? What kind of camping does he do, or she do, and what are their needs? And being able to configure a solution that works for that customer, that's what it makes me happy. Because at the end of the day, overlanding is about the experience. It's about getting out there and doing something. The rigs, the racks, the wheels, the tires, everything that we do to these vehicles, that's just noise in the background. It's about the adventure and about being able to enjoy your time with nature and with your family and those who you love and the things you like to do. These rigs, for me, is the vessel, the vehicle that we use to get there and to do that. And so being able to help customers achieve that, that's what really...
Awesome, man. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you came down here for a few reasons, but thanks for coming down and chatting with us. Again, Theo from Rugged Bound. Check out Big Country Drawers. We offer install services here. If you're in Texas, check out Rugged Bound. Theo, thanks so much for coming down, man. I appreciate it. It's good seeing you.